Yo, what's good? What's good, everybody? How y'all today? Man, welcome, 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 welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? Got a lot of stuff going on, y'all. It's a lot of stuff happening. It's a lot of stuff happening. It's a lot of stuff happening, y'all. The rumor mill is churning. Buds, what's good? Warren Franklin, Charlie Ward cousin, what's good? SJ3 was good. It's good to see y'all. It is good to see y'all. Hold on, I have an intruder. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, I had an intruder. It was Ms. Mocha bringing me some tea. That was dope. That was a friendly intruder. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff. Paris Duggar. What's good? What's good? We got a lot of stuff going on, y'all. This whole D Rose to New York thing, there is a lot of I don't know what to say to it. I need to get some advice from y'all. I need to get some advice from y'all because as somebody who has been around for a while, I don't know if a reunion. Roger Michaud, what's good? What's good? I don't know if a reunion between two parties is always good. Right? You know how you be with somebody once it's like it's that feeling you get when you find out you are single and your ex is single at the same time. Sin Mears, what's good? Y'all feeling me? Y'all remember that feeling you got when you were like, man, my ex is single at the same time I'm single? And your ex is looking good and seems like your ex is exactly what you need at that moment in time. And y'all start talking, you find out your ex has gotten better and matured, and you have gotten better and have matured. And you're like, well, the last time we were together, there were some things missing. But now I'm different. I'm the same, but my circumstance is different. I'm the same, but my circumstance is different. But you know what? Your ex is the same, but the circumstance is different. Right? And I know Buds. I know Buds understand where I'm coming from. Peace to Bum. Peace to Buds. Buds, I see you, boy. I see you, man. Simir says, Freezy, they trying to get rid of Frank. Hey, man. I'm here to tell you that Frank was already gone. Frank was already gone. Right? And I'm here to tell you, Frank is in that situation. Like Frank is your current girl. Y'all arguing in the car, and she's staring out the window. You know what that means, right? As soon as this car stop, she gone. As soon as she gets somewhere safe, she gone. What's up? Hey, what's up, Stephen Fox? What's good? What's good? But D Rose, Tom Thibodeau, and the New York Knicks are in this weird romantic triangle, right? Because Thibodeau and D Rose had a good relationship in other places. Okay, D Rose and Tom Thibodeau had a good relationship in other places, right? D Rose and the New York Knicks had a relationship, and Tom Thibodeau and the New York Knicks had a relationship, right? Yeah, and maybe y'all not feeling me. Maybe y'all ain't understand what I'm saying. Shout out to Trizzy Trey. What's good? Maybe y'all not feeling me or understanding where I'm coming from this morning. It is early. It is early, right? For some. It's 8:57 on the East Coast. East Coast, USA. So in this weird love triangle, Tom Thibodeau and the New York Knicks already had a relationship. Thibodeau was here as an assistant coach. Now he is the head honcho in terms of coaching, of course. Derrick Rose was here for a while with the Knicks. And then Tom Thibodeau and Derrick Rose were together in other places. So now you have this weird love triangle, right? And so I'm here to tell you, exes getting back together after breaking up several times is not always the best situation. Derrick Rose to the Knicks. Is that a desired destination? Is New York a desired destination for New York? Or is it the only destination available for D Rose at his advanced age? Is Derrick Rose coming here because he wants to be a Knick again? Or is he coming here because it's the only safe destination that he knows? He knows New York City. Ask yourself that question, y'all. Is Derrick Rose coming here because he wants to be here? Or because it's the only safe place that he knows? Right? Why hadn't you heard Derrick Rose to Cleveland? He played for Cleveland before. What about Derrick Rose to Minnesota? He played for Minnesota before. What about Derrick Rose to Chicago? Derrick Rose played for Chicago before. So why is it that a reunion with his ex is the safe play? I need to hear from y'all. Sinmia says Timberwolves are laughing at us. I don't understand why. So I'm asking the chat the question because I need some clarity here. I don't want to cut. So first of all, I'm not that type of guy that's going to say I have all the answers, especially in this case. I don't have all the answers. I feel like I'm smart enough to come up with an answer, and I think it may be accurate. Hey, Chris, what's good? Showing M, what's good? Simmer Singh is in the building. What's good? I don't want to pretend like I have all the answers. So Simmer Singh says he likes being around people that he knows. He wants to play for Tibbs. Plus, we finally have our stuff together. So we finally have our stuff together, right? Okay. T. Williams, what's good? I don't know if we're completely there yet. I don't know if this Knicks organization completely has their stuff together. I mean, you're talking about undoing 20 years or 20 plus years of not having it together in 6 months. I ain't gonna go down that road yet. That's a topic for another show. Do the Knicks finally have their stuff together? I ain't ready to go down that road yet. I ain't ready to go down that road. All right. Before we do that, I'm gonna drop the link, right? I'm gonna drop the link so that we can get it on, right? But before we do that, I'm gonna do this.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as some deadly swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mother told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
So a reunion tour. I don't know if I'm ready. What's up, Buzz?
What up, Freezy? Good morning, man.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So this weird love triangle reunion seems like it's a positive on paper.
Yeah.
But what we have to look at is the collateral damage, the fallout of all these exes getting back together. Who is it going to affect externally? Is this weird love triangle going to affect the growth of Emmanuel quickly? Is it going to affect the uptick in play from Elfrid Payton? Is it going to affect the team chemistry between RJ Barrett and Julius Randle? Because it took a while for RJ Barrett and young Julius Randle to get team chemistry. Don't look at what's happening this year. Look at their entire career together. So this is 2+ years, 2+ seasons of Randle and RJ Barrett playing together. And for the first time, it looks like both they have some team chemistry. Will the addition of Derrick Rose and Tom Thibodeau's love affair with said D Rose going to impact what we have already? What do you say, Buzz?
I would like everything you just touched on. Yeah, it's going to affect all of them. Like, Rose can ball. Peyton's not about to lose his job. So those two can, when they both are playing at their highest level, I don't see how Emmanuel quickly really gets minutes unless unless this just affects Austin Rivers, which it hopefully should. But even then, with the way Thibs runs his rotations and the backups getting such few minutes as it is, I can't see anybody but IQ being the third point guard in the rotation. Like he's going to get those 12 minutes like Austin Rivers usually gets. And then Alfred will refrain to Julius Randle and give Julius Randle the ball and let him control. How long does it take Derrick Rose and Julius to mesh? Because that ball is going to be in Derrick Rose's hands when he's on the floor. So
if I'm Derrick Rose, though, I'm asking myself, who the hell is Julius Randle?
To come here at this
point. So if I'm Derrick Rose, I'm asking myself, who the hell is Julius Randle? I'm a former league MVP, multiple time All-Star. I've actually accomplished stuff in this league. What has Julius Randle accomplished in his 6 years?
Yeah, my man hasn't even made it into the playoffs yet. So
right.
I don't think Derrick Rose is in that mindset anymore in this point of his career because he is coming off the bench in Detroit and he was last year as well.
Right.
So I think Rose knows his role is best served in punches like that as a sixth man, getting his 18 to 20 minutes a night. I think Rose knows that about his career now because he's not. I mean, he can still go out on ball and drop 50 like he did last year or whatever it was where he had that great game. So he's still possible of it, but I don't think that mindset's in Rose right now or anymore at least. But I still don't understand why he wants to come here and give his 20 minutes of good basketball to the New York Knicks, who, I mean, yeah, we're not bad. We should be a playoff team if we keep playing like we are, but that's his job is better reserved for a team like the Clippers or Lakers or the Bucks or a team competing this year for an actual title. He should be looking to add to his trophy case and his hardware. He shouldn't be looking to reunite with Thibs at this point in his career. But I'm not against it, but I'm indifferent on it. Like it's good and it's bad. Like I can see both sides of it. So, but I also don't know if it really happens. I don't think he ends up here. I really don't.
Right. So it's not confirmed yet. Right.
The way they were talking about it, though, I thought I woke up, I took a nap, and I was like, "Oh, this happened." Like the way I saw a couple of notifications, it looked like it actually went through. But yeah, it didn't happen.
Right. And so the thing is with a Derrick Rose, and I see y'all in the chat that's saying that Derrick Rose comes off the bench for Detroit. He also came off the bench from Minnesota.
True.
But in a scenario where a team is on a winning track, and we are, let's not get it twisted. You don't make a move for hey, Brian Batista, what's good? IQJ, what's good? I see you. Black 53, what's good? I see you. Roll Brown, what's good? Yo, if anybody has seen Big Oso, tell Big Oso that Uncle Freezy is looking for him. Let's put that word out there on the street. Uncle Freezy is looking for Big Oso. So, but anyway, I think the difference in a scenario where Rose is coming off the bench is those situations he were in were no-win situations. Those teams were not in a mode. Those teams were not in a mode where winning was the ultimate goal. They were in a classic rebuild type scenario, right? Minnesota was rebuilding that because their 2 stars at the time or 3 stars or however many they had. Not only they were talented, but they didn't know how to win, right? And in Detroit, they don't know how to win, nor do they have talent. But
they got nothing over there. We got their second round pick too this year, which should be number 31 the way it's looking.
Yep. And I'm for certain that Detroit would want that pick back.
Yeah, that's what I think the deal would include for sure.
Right. But if I'm the Knicks, hey, B from Jersey, what's good? Dolly, what's good? What's good? Oh, you said I got on the Gerald Levert glasses, Dolly. Really, man? Come on, dog. Gerald Levert. Yo, but in this situation here, the Knicks are clearly in a better situation. 2 games under 500. Evergreen G, what's good? Evergreen G, what's happening? In the case though, with this Knicks team, we are 2 games under 500 at 11-13, going against a team that has been struggling lately.
A team that's recently gotten healthy, though. Let's not forget.
Right. They think they might be healthy.
I think we win. I think we split the series with them. I don't know if we win tonight or the next game or today, but I think we do split the series. Only reason I would say today, but we're coming off a back-to-back, so who knows?
Right. And in the last 10 games, the Knicks are playing 500 ball.
Yeah.
Right.
5-5.
Yeah. So let's look at it. Let's look at it like this. What does a Derrick Rose trade do to impact this current Knicks roster? So the Knicks definitely need an upgrade of point guard play. Right. 48 minutes of good point guard play is what the Knicks need right now. And I believe we get about 15 minutes of good point guard play per game.
Yeah.
Right. That's about it. You probably get about 10 from Elf and about 5 from Quickly. But for the other 33 minutes of the game, I don't know what we're getting. Right. I have no idea what we're getting. Salute to MK. MK was good.
My
HH was good. And Delano Still, what is good? JNN was good. Oh, go ahead, Bud.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize you were reading. My biggest problem with the trade is I don't know how much this really affects Elfrid Payton, which is what has me more looking at the negative side of the deal, because Rose's basketball product is good. He knows things. Everything else like that is good. He's a good vet and all that stuff in the locker room. He could teach Emmanuel Quickly how to be a great pro and all that stuff. But does he? I don't see how IQ goes from his 12 minutes last night and his spotty role as it is, and takes Peyton's minutes. Like I don't see Rose taking. Like I don't see Rose coming in and starting either. So it's weird. I don't know how great this trade really is. If it included Elfrid Payton, we would all be all for it, though. You know what I mean? But right. I think this affects Austin Rivers in the regular season. But if we do get to the playoffs, I think this affects Quickly.
Wow. So MK Band says, about D Rose rape case back in 2015. The case starts this year, I believe. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not. It was the whole gang rape. I don't think, man.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think into that. I didn't think into to bring that into the equation.
I didn't even know that was still going on. I thought that was all done with.
Yeah. I didn't know either. 0.5. What's good? What's good?
Yeah,
so
it's just a weird deal, man. D Rose half a season rental. You're not giving up that pick for D Rose.
Yeah, I don't see the Knicks doing this either.
Yeah, no, Obi's not getting moved yet, man.
Yeah, Obi is going to be a star in the league. I mean, Obi's going to be a star in the league. I don't want to.
I'm not even sold on Obi, and I would personally move him if it was my choice. But I know Leon ain't doing that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you don't want to move Obi, and I don't want to make this about I don't want to do a whole Obi
Yeah, no.
Obi Toppin trade block, but the thing about Obi is I don't know if you want to even consider moving Obi Toppin, and I'm anywhere, and I'm talking about in terms of trade, rotation, minutes. Man, just let my man continue to get his feet wet.
Oh, I agree. I feel like his 12 minutes or whatever a night is perfect for him at this point in his career.
Because he's not losing us games.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's the thing.
Yeah, how do you feel about the trade?
So if the trade happens, the first thing that I want to know is if you're bringing Rose in here to be a rotational player, who are you moving from the rotation? Who are you removing from the rotation? Right? Say it's a Frank and DSJ, and I know people are like, man, you think you could trade your trash for a guy that's? I'm saying hypothetically, y'all, because at the other end of the spectrum, you could say, well, what about D Rose for one of the 2021 first round picks? And y'all definitely lose your mind then. Like, no, we're not giving up that much for D Rose. So just bear with me because we don't know what the particulars are yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
they're going to want an asset for him, that's for sure.
Yeah, and in our case, we don't want to give up an asset.
Yeah.
Why help Detroit shed salary? I mean, we're the one looking like we're going to make the playoffs, not Detroit, right? Why would we give up an asset for Derrick Rose?
Well, because another team would. You remember at the end of the year, teams are trying to bolster that playoff push. So I feel like a team like the Clippers or the Lakers or the Bucks or something will throw in a second rounder at the minimum, and maybe like the Bucks will throw Dante DiVincenzo or whatever.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. That all depends. Do you give up a Dante DiVincenzo, a young rising talent and a pick for Derrick Rose, who's an old vet that's going to walk at the end of the year?
Oh no, I agree. It's a hard call, but that ring at the end of the year makes it all worth it. So
yeah, if you can get it, of
course, but
if you can get it, you can point back to it.
But I would trade a late round pick every day of the week to hold up that Larry O'Brien trophy.
Yeah, no doubt. Right. So this D Rose thing is fascinating conversation fodder. It's fascinating conversation kindling because for one, if the Knicks trade for Derrick Rose, does that mean this front office is going for it? Two, who do you send back? Are you sending Kevin Knox to Detroit for Derrick Rose? Right.
I'd be surprised if Knox was involved. Frank will definitely be though.
Right, but you don't know. We don't know though. Right, because if they ask for Frank in a second round pick, do you say no? We value our second round pick and just send them Knox? Knox is more valuable than Frank in a second round pick.
Charlotte's second round pick this year as well.
Yeah, but that'll be in the late 40s. The projection is
they'll be early 40s.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, either way, what I'm saying is it's not valuable like Detroit's pick. That'll be 31.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. You're right. And so what I'm saying is what I'm speaking to is this: do you want to give up Frank in a second round pick, say Charlotte, for Derrick Rose for half a season?
Well, if they're sending back that kid Svai, whatever the hell his last name is, I can't pronounce it.
You're talking about Zvi McCulloch.
Yeah,
you're talking about the tall athletic shooter that they have.
Yeah, I would send Knox back for him. He's a restricted free agent this year too.
Right.
I would definitely send Knox for him. The boy can shoot.
Right.
Free agent this year too.
Yo, good.
Knox for him.
What up?
The boy can shoot. Oh, what's good, Pete?
Hey, you got your thing. Hey, you got YouTube open. I mean,
oh yeah, my fault.
What up?
Yo, so what's good?
What it do?
So the Derrick Rose trade rumor is fascinating to me on a bunch of different levels because, for one, it sends a signal to the fan base that the front office is looking to go for it right now. Two, if Derrick Rose comes here, who is he bumping out of the rotation? Three, is this a sign that the front office is going to take peripheral parts and try to make a deep playoff run with this team? And is it a signal that they recognize that they have weaknesses on the roster, glaring weaknesses on the roster that's hindering their coach from being at his very best, the best version of himself? And are they trying to fix it? There are a lot of things to think about, right? So what says Free Keith in this scenario where the rumor mill is saying that Derrick Rose to the Knicks is a possibility?
I didn't want him to leave the first time. I'm not mad at it at all. I think that there's like a bunch of different scenarios. There's a bunch of different scenarios where he could, like, that in terms of like positioning where he could fit in. I think people are being a little bit like kind of like one-dimensional, being a little bit one-dimensional in how they're looking at this situation. I personally feel like he's probably going to take more time from Burke and Rivers than IQ. Loosen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like and in terms of the loss, like as long I'd be okay with giving like a 2024 second rounder and Frank for him. Like I'm not mad at trading anybody who we're not playing for. He's an offensive upgrade. I don't care.
Right.
I'm with it.
Right.
Iggy went to school in Michigan. We could send Iggy back to Michigan.
Okay. And I like Iggy, like, but if he ain't going, like,
yeah, he's never gonna play here.
We were only supposed to, these 11 wins, like, we were really only favored to win 3 of them,
Right.
Like, I see what it's like the pit bull has bitten on to the piece of meat and it realizes that it could bite through the piece of meat. It's gonna bite through it. Like, let's bite through the joint. Like, let's go. Like, this is not no like pie in the sky joint. Everybody's waiting kind of tentatively, like, oh, like maybe it's an aberration that we're doing so well and this, that, like, nah, we're bubbling into a decently good team,
Right.
I think like what's going on now is like it's not the major moves that guys were expecting or hoping or this, that, and the other, but like these are the little these are the smaller incremental moves that I think like I'm with it. I want to I've trusted them so far and they've been right. I'm riding.
Right. And so this year, and I know people say, so I've said it once before, or maybe twice, maybe numerous times, but I feel like this is going to be the year that knocks off our feelings of the Knicks tape year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Vegas legit said we were going to suck. Right. And we're already, so a third through the season, we're halfway to that win total that they suggested. Yep. Right. And so think about, for those that don't understand where I'm coming from, use the math from that class that y'all fell asleep in ninth grade. Halfway through, right? I'm sorry, a third of the way through, we're halfway to that win total they projected. Right. So based on where we are right now, we're probably on a 34 win pace. 33, 34 win pace. That could easily turn into 30, or it could easily turn into 36. But we don't know yet.
Or 37, like I predicted.
Right. So at the beginning of the season, I predicted 42 and 30. Right. And people were mowing me down.
42 is my normal number. 42 is my regular season number.
But But they were saying, yo, y'all optimists make me sick. Why do y'all want to bring joy to this thing? Why do y'all enjoy yourself? What's the big deal about rooting for your team? You need to be realistic. Your job is to be objective. No, dog. Being realistic is not my job. I have a job. Trust me. And it is not the same thing, right? Trust me. Being realistic is not my job. I'm a fan, right? I'm not a Knicks player. I'm not a Knicks executive. The Knicks don't cut me a check, right? And on my real job, I don't get paid to be a Knicks fan, right? So all of that stuff, that real life stuff that y'all saying about, man, you have to be objective. No, I don't. I don't have to be nothing but Uncle Freezy, right? But I'm here to tell you that when you be objective, you don't enjoy the ride. So my question is, what do you get on the ride for if you ain't gonna enjoy it? Y'all have lives, y'all have stresses in y'all life, y'all have jobs and families and all that stuff. So why add stress to that from sports, right? Okay, so that was my little soapbox I pulled from out of nowhere. And it was unexpected. I surprised myself. I get off of that soapbox though. But what I will say is this Knicks team, all the signs were pointing to this team making an uptick in wins, right? Because as soon as you change coaches, as soon as you got rid of the two doofuses, and I think Mike Miller was a doofus, but he was less of a doofus than David Fizdale, right? So Mike Miller last year didn't value the three-pointer because he wanted to score the ball on the inside because it was easier. And so in his 44-game stretch, he went 17 and 27. So I was like, Mike Miller, I understand that you don't value the three, but in free agency, the Knicks signed Wayne Ellington and Reggie Bullock to be three-point shooters. So automatically, you just wasted money, right? And so Wayne Ellington comes here because we didn't value the three. Wayne Ellington has one of the worst three-point shooting years of his career. As soon as he leaves and goes to another team, he leads the NBA in three-point shooting percentage. Thank you, Mike Miller. Thank you, Mike Miller. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for that because scoring at the basket was more important than having the best three-point shooter in the NBA, right? Thank you, Mike Miller. So that crown that I gave you that says doofus on it, it's in permanent ink. I didn't write that in pencil, right? And so I'm saying that to say this. Once we got the idiots out of the room and let smart people make decisions, the team got better, right? Last year, there's no way we'd have beat the Milwaukee Bucks by 20, right? This year, we come out and we beat the Bucks by 20.
Easy.
Right? Last year, teams that were 500 would stomp the yard with us. And for those that don't know what stomp the yard means, whatever, just use your imagination. You're right. So the thing is this: a 500 team last year would have stomped the yard with us. 500 teams this year fear us. They fear us. You hear me? They fear us. Those teams that are around 500, like the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks don't want to see us, even when they're healthy, right? With all that talent and all that veteran reinforcement, they don't want to see us. The Portland Trailblazers lost to us. The Utah Jazz lost to us. The Indiana Pacers lost to us this year. We beat them straight up. They didn't get cheated. The referee didn't give us a call late, like they did how we lost to Portland. Right? We are legit one blown call. Evergreen G, what's good?
Peace.
So we are one blown call away in Portland. Think about this. They blew the referees blew the call in Portland, right? We are one blown call away from being a 500 team right now. We are one blown call away. They call a foul on Randall. It's the most ridiculous thing you ever saw on your television, right? After the game, and they reviewed it in the game, and they were like, "No, the call stand." because they didn't want to overturn it. But after the game, they apologized to Randall and say, "Yeah, man, we messed that up, man. We apologize." Right after the game, like an hour after the game was over, the referees came out and were like, "You know
They
what?
made the wrong call.
Yep, yep." So we were down by 3. We would have got the foul and the technical and the ball back. So assuming that we hit all our free throws and the technical free throw and get the ball back, we'd have tied up the game with less than 2 minutes to go in the game and had the ball after we came back from a 25-point deficit. Portland knows that we had the momentum, right? But I say that to say this. For those that diminish what people can do, what a team can do, if they believe in something, I'm here to tell you that y'all need to make sure that y'all watching this thing, because I don't know if it's going to be Knicks tape, but this year, when we look back on it, and when we look back at it in a few years, we're going to be like, this year right here was the line of demarcation. This year right here was the high water mark for a team that had been a perennial loser. And don't let the Knicks go 500. So as soon as the Knicks go 500 this year, 36-36, whether we win a playoff game, whether we win a playoff series, it's a major victory for this franchise, because you snapped the streak of all those losing seasons that you had in a row.
That's a fact.
You are no longer a laughingstock, New York Knicks fans.
And to add to that, not only does it say anything, it says everything about just the organization in general. Because if you look at the player personnel, right, other than Noel and Obi, for the most part, the team is the same.
Right.
I mean, yeah, we got Austin Rivers, we got Alec Burke, but those weren't trade acquisitions. Those were simple signings. You know what I mean? So it's not like we had to do much to get any of those guys. And hell, even if you look at Austin Rivers, it's not like he's producing as much anyway. So the fact that this organization was able to turn it around in what looked to be, you know, in my opinion, a promising season last season. And the reason I say promising is simply because I was more of an optimist in saying that, well, if we won more than 17 games, then I was, you know, good from the previous season. You know what I mean? Like if we won more games than the first season of Fizdale, I'm good with that. You know what I mean? So this season is looking already promising, and even towards the end of last season under Mike Miller, we were already looking like the up and up until COVID happened. So the fact that we go with a changing of a front office and coaching staff to damn near having the same exact team to turning into a 500, you know, the potential of turning into a 500 team is astonishing. Now, I had mentioned before on MBK that, you know, I'm not ready to start talking about stuff like Coach of the Year and Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year, because I at least want to see what we have through the All-Star game, you know, after the All-Star game. But now I feel like I'm starting to change my standpoint on that, because have we lost to a team twice yet? What team did we lose to twice yet?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't think we did lose to a team. So what my point is that this team has learned pretty damn quick and adjusted pretty damn quick.
Right.
So off of that alone, we say Tom Thibodeau has done enough to adjust what we have on this team to be considered in some type, in everyone's eyes, to look at him and say, or to look at this organization and say, those Knicks are doing something over there. Those Knicks are doing something. And the fact that we beat Portland in the fashion that we did yesterday, those superstar players or those veteran players on that team automatically have to garner this team our respect, regardless of how poorly any other player shot on the team or whatever the case may be. They have to garner that respect because we came back and we won. Granted, they were talking all that trash about Damian Lillard being hurt, which whatever.
Damian Lillard had a good game against us.
Right.
Let's not
And
get it twisted.
Yo,
Yeah.
don't even entertain that nonsense.
Yeah,
yo.
but not for nothing. Based
You
on
know what that is? That's
because I
saving
listened.
face right
I
there.
listened to the game. I listened to, like I was driving yesterday, and I was listening to the game. So I was like, damn, Damian Lillard's hurt. And then it's like Damian Lillard drops another bucket. Damian Lillard scores. Damian Lillard slashes to the paint. Damian Lillard hits a three, and I'm like,
Right.
I'm listening to this. I'm like, what they're saying, and then what they're quoting right behind it isn't matching up. So when I got through driving, I was like in the fourth quarter, and I'm like, Damian Lillard balled out the first 3 quarters. Like
Damian Lillard took 20 shots yesterday.
he was hurt.
that's crazy.
The game
And played
got
38
physical.
minutes.
The game
So-
just got
so-
physical.
So even needless to say that Damian Lillard, Melo, and I like what happened with the exchange between Obi and Melo, or at least what I heard happen. Melo was like 0 for 5, and then Obi posted him up and hit like a back to the basket fadeaway jumper or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, spin or
No, he
something like
spun
that.
off on him.
He spun off. Okay,
He
that's
spun
what it
off on
was.
him and hit the rim. Yeah.
Okay, so that and apparently Obi was training with Carmelo the day before. So like that right there is like you have a powerful Western Conference team that was 12-9 with a superstar point guard and a Hall of Fame small forward, power forward that has to garner this team the respect that they deserve for winning by 15?
We just lucky again. Nah, we just lucky. We just lucky again. One more game being lucky.
Right. I dig it. I can dig it.
So this is how some fans talk. Like, yo,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we
I
don't
got
want to
you.
believe it. Like, we just been lucky that teams have been having their worst shooting nights against us. Like, yo, it's a point by which like luck becomes actual. Like, oh, this is what it is.
Right, and that was my original question in towards like the first 10, 15 games of the season when everybody started talking about, the Knicks have the top defense in the league. That was my first kind of Socratic question where it's like, well, is it that we actually have the best defense in the league, or is it that teams are shooting bad against us? You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between the two. And if you go and look at what was it? Not the Indiana game. It was one of our more recent games. There's the first Chicago game. If you look at the first Chicago game, we got 8 up from 3, and there wasn't even any like real contention. You know what I mean? Like,
And how much we lost by?
I think we lost by like
8.
8, like 8 or 9
Yeah,
or something like that.
110, 102.
We should have lost by like 30.
Based off of the way they were shooting. Right. So all I'm saying is Chicago's shooting percentage from 3 wasn't that well considering the amount of points that we lost by. They didn't shoot that well considering
they shot 32.9%.
Right,
from
yeah.
3.
32.9% from 3.
League average is 35.5.
Right. So we kind of I would go so far as to say we shut them down maybe from 3, but they were taking a lot of shots and we cut the paint off. But that goes to show that there's still a lapse in Tom Thibodeau's defense from 3 that really, really, really needs to be addressed.
There's a lapse, but understand even a good 3-point shooting teams that like have to settle for threes out of duress because they can't make it into the paint, that's going to affect their threes.
Right.
Even if you're giving them open ones, because it's kind of like not every one of them times them guys put up them threes, they want to put that 3 up.
Right.
Even if it's an open shot, but they know they can't get in the paint.
Hey, so Free Keith, this is the other point too I want to get to, right? So just check out these 3 factors. And I want to get Buzz to chime in on this too, just to get his thought, right? So here are 3 things, right? So for one, a guy that averaged 19.9 points per game scored 30 points in that game on us, right? 2, the Chicago Bulls were shooting 38% from 3. They can't at the end of that game, they shot 32.9% from 3.
Right.
Against us. And foremost, And the most important thing is you have to look at the distance Lauri Markkanen was hitting threes away from the basket. When a guy is hitting 30-foot three-pointers all net from the outset of the game, you know it's his night and there's nothing you can do, right? No matter what defense you try out there, when a guy is pulling up comfortably from 30 feet and knocking it down, and so 30 feet, the first one was 28 feet, but the second one was 30 feet, right? In the same area. When a guy is comfortably pulling up from 28 to 30 feet and hitting all net, you know you're going to have a long night because you can't defend a guy 30 feet away from the basket the same as you would from 23 feet, 23 and a half feet, right? Because if you foul a guy from 30 feet away, you're like, okay, that was a dumb foul, right? But if a guy, a 7-foot tall guy, is knocking down 30-foot three-pointers, what else can you do but continue to put a hand in his face?
Right. And you know, so I'm a big fan of Gilbert Arenas, right? And you know, I love his podcast, so you know, I kind of, you know, a lot of the things he says, just like for whatever reason, it really resonates with me. So, you know, he coins himself as the guy that takes credit for the range slowly starting to be pushed back every year because of what he was doing. You know, he was kind of like the first of the larger athletic point guards that was really stretching the floor and pulling up from deep, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So he was the first one, right? But then you have your Steph Currys and your Damian Lillards and your Trae Youngs that come in off of watching him do it, right? So he had made a comment one day about Damian Lillard pulling up from deep by design, right? And with the intent to spread the floor thin, or spread the paint out to allow for open slashes to the game, open slashes to the basket. And he says what Damian Lillard does is he doesn't even do a heat check. In the first few plays of the game, he comes down court and he jacks up a three from, you know, a couple steps in from the logo. And what that automatically does is strategically it forces the point guard to take 2 steps in if they're playing a man, and it takes them to take, you know, a 1 step in if they're playing zone, and it automatically spreads the floor out. So I start to look back at Tom Thibodeau's defense, right, and the way he's got that defense, you know, collapsing inside the paint as soon as somebody takes a step past the free throw line. Everybody like kind of collapses and rotates on the opposite hand of the ball handler. So I look at what Lauri Markkanen did, and it's almost the same thing. But the only difference is he was making those shots. But the fact that he was making those shots and we still didn't waver and we still kept their percentage in the paint low, Tom Thibodeau says, hey, we got to make an adjustment. And if you look at the Chicago game in comparison to the first game to the second game, there really wasn't that much of a defensive adjustment, just the fact that Chicago wasn't making their threes.
And we were hitting ours.
So there wasn't an adjustment. That was
the thing that I was saying was really the major difference. Like they still got 20. Yeah, like even Mike Breen said it in the post game joint. Like, yeah, like they still got 25. Like they still got the same 25 shots in the paint that we gave them the last game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got the same number. We hit more shots. We hit our shots.
Right.
And like when our offense is up, our defense actually is. Our defense creates room for a better offense, and we just don't have it offensively.
Right.
Right.
I think that, you know, so when we talk about Tom Thibodeau's defense, and, you know, I mentioned earlier that there's a lapse in it. What I don't like the fact that we are in what some would euphemistically call a 3-point shooting league, and Tom Thibodeau is banking on the fact that we're going to harass people so much in the paint and force them to shoot threes and have them live and die by the three ball. Like, I don't necessarily like that, but it seems to work. It seems to work. It's definitely working much better than what it was last year as far as our defense is concerned.
Right.
So
you know the thing is, and people don't understand this, is this. So if we're in a 3-point shooting league, say league average is 35%, we're forcing teams to shoot below that, right at like 32%. So people will say, well, teams are hitting the 3-pointer against us, like the one shot, like 1 3-point shot. If Lauri Markkanen gets one wide open 3-pointer, the pessimists and the realists are gonna say, "Oh, look at that one time Lauri Markkanen had a wide open 3." Hey, bro, listen. Here's the thing: if teams are shooting 32% from 3 against us, that means they're missing 68% of the time. I mean, think about what I'm telling you. If they make 32%, that means they miss 68% of the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so for the realists and so Danny Griffin says Queasy got the Damon Dash vibes this morning. No, I've been up late. I was up late doing the Lawrence Tears debate league last night, and Uncle Freezy is really tired. So, but
You ain't sleep yet?
I slept for about maybe like
5 hours.
no,
not even
hours. I'm maybe 90 minutes.
Yeah, his other pod gets done at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, so I wrap that up, do some post-show production, answer because my phone blows up all the time. And in fairness to everybody that helps put on a dope show, I try to be responsive to everybody. So people get messages from me at weird hours. But like it range from like 4 a.m. to like 2 p.m. Right. And I try to call everybody, make sure everybody's straight, make sure everything is going, you know what I'm saying? Like this, so we have a Knicks versus thing that we're working on with Chuck B. So Chuck B has his own show on Lawrence Tears, right? It's called Knicks versus. So we're trying to do some production for that. We're trying to get this game show off the ground, right? This game show where we pull out two people that we usually see in the chat and put them up against each other for some type of Knicks merch. You know what I'm saying? The grand prize is a New York Knicks t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we also have some other ideas. Working on the Freezy Awards coming August. So the Freezy Awards will be here August 21st. And so we have some categories. So we have a bunch of stuff that we're working on, man. And it takes a serious grind in order to do it. And then plus I have this girl that I like. I've been with for like 30 years. And sometimes she walked through here with some stuff on and it catch my attention. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it.
You know what I'm saying? So we always mad busy doing stuff. But that's neither here nor there. I guess what I'm getting at right now is I think this thing where people think that the way the team playing is an illusion. I'm here to tell them that it's reality. Because illusions don't last this long. Right now, some things in reality may lose steam because you don't invest in it. But just by hearing Derrick Rose to the Knicks, you know this front office is invested in this season. You know what I mean? Because you don't take on a journeyman, a veteran, you know what I'm saying, that can reinforce your team if you're not interested in making the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't give up assets for a rental.
Right.
They know something deeper into this trade that's not being told, which I think what's deeper is the fact that Derrick Rose wants to stay here.
I hope not.
He said that though. He been said that.
I think that Derrick Rose wants to. You got to look at it from a logical standpoint, regardless of whether you want to or not. Like Derrick Rose played under Tom Thibodeau, Rookie of the Year, Eastern Conference Finals, right? Multiple back-to-back playoff appearances on the Chicago. And then
Multiple
also
back-to-back knee injuries.
Yeah, the knee injuries is irrelevant though.
Sure it is.
The knee injuries
They will always be relevant.
No. The reason I say the knee injuries are irrelevant is because Tom Thibodeau doesn't control Derrick Rose jumping, and Tom Thibodeau
I don't know.
doesn't
I don't
control.
blame them. I don't blame his injuries on Thibs. I'm just saying that's always going to be a factor into his play style and his minutes and his health.
Sure. But I'm talking about the amount of effort and the work ethic that you're going to get out of Derrick Rose because he's with his guy.
Yo, yeah, I'm gonna grab a water. I'll be right back.
The amount of effort that you're going to get out of Derrick Rose, the amount of passion that you're going to get out of Derrick Rose, because he is with the guy that he's battled with side by side, who he's ran through a wall for multiple times, who blew his knee out twice with. He's willing to leave a team that he's at, where he's closer to his natural habitat in Chicago, because Detroit and Chicago aren't too far, which is the reason why Derrick Rose, went missing when he was playing with us, is because
that was one game.
No, I get it. I understand that. I know it was just one game.
I don't think he was criticizing it.
No, I wasn't criticizing it.
That's for some other fans.
I'm putting it.
That was for some other fans, not necessarily for you, but
okay, fair enough. I'm putting that into perspective, right? Like, I don't think that if Tom Thibodeau was the coach of the Knicks during that season, that Derrick Rose would have done that. You know what I mean? If we were winning, if we were sitting at 500, Derrick Rose wouldn't have done that, because he's literally got the guy that raised him from the time that he entered to the league here. So what I'm saying is that when we get Derrick Rose, assuming that we give up Frank in a second or Frank in 2 seconds, or assuming that what we give, like, Derrick Rose is an immediate upgrade at the point guard position. On the risk, he's still an upgrade at the point guard position from this year, even on the risk that he doesn't re-sign with us. He's still an upgrade at the point guard position.
I don't know why he resign though. Why would
to me,
why would he resign?
Why would you want him to resign? Why? I'm so sick of these veteran point guard stopgap.
Here's why.
You go draft him. He's playing 30 minutes a game next year. I'm trying to draft a rook. I'm trying to draft a point guard finally. I'm tired of drafting power forwards, and you know what I mean. Like we've gone through Elfrid Payton, Moutier, Burke. Like, can we go get a rookie for once and stop going with these vet stopgaps?
I got you. Do you think? And I'm only posing this as a question because do you think that Emmanuel Quickley is a viable point guard for the future? Like, can be molded to be
I don't think he's a combo guard who's best served at the 2 next to a primary ball handler.
Okay, fair enough. And so that gives me clarity as to why you say that, right? Yeah. I would go so far as to say that yes, he's a combo guard right now, right? But I would even go so far. I would even look at what Derrick Rose did in his first season, that he was a combo guard. That Rookie of the Year season, he was a combo guard.
No, for sure.
He was slotted and stayed at the point, and he was a combo guard. So what I'm saying is, if you're gonna tell me that Emmanuel Quickley is indeed a combo guard and not a point guard, and Tom Thibodeau can make Emmanuel Quickley half of what Derrick Rose was in his rookie year, I'm taking that and slotting Emmanuel Quickley at point guard and thinking about him for the future. And I'm not looking at drafting a point guard.
All right, so let me say this real quick. Wacko Knicks fanatic, thank you for the super chat. DeRozan Randall gets 3 years extensions, while Quickley, RJ, and OB development stars established a winning culture experience. Hashtag big picture.
Right.
So I don't really like getting into is Emmanuel Quickley a point guard debate, and the reason being is because depending on what your perspective is, you can view him a number of ways, right? You can view him as potential all NBA level point guard star of the future, all the way down to just a random guy that was scoring punch off the bench that eventually will be a journeyman, a hired gun, so to speak, like a
Right.
Lou Williams.
Right.
Right. So depending on your optimism on Emmanuel Quickly, you can view him in that wide ranging aspect. So what I'm going to say is this: the only thing better than having a good young point guard is having two young good point guards. You know what I'm saying? So to both of y'all's point, I would say look at him as a young piece going forward, but you can't define his position because
Fair.
the NBA is ever evolving,
Fair.
right? So some people don't think Steph Curry is a point guard. They think Steph Curry is a shooting guard because the amount of time he plays off the ball, right? But at the same time, when you look at Steph Curry's handle and his passing ability, there is no doubt that in court vision, there's no doubt that Steph Curry is a point guard
Right.
and might be one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game.
Right.
But some would say, well, Draymond Green handles the ball a lot, so Steph Curry is a shooting guard. So it's all about your perspective.
Right. So and then I mean that I feel like that even further validates what that the point guard rant even further validates what I'm saying is that I don't think if we have Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly off the bench as your guard players, right? Your quote unquote injured but now traditional point guard in Derrick Rose,
Right.
and a combo guard, shoot the three, get inside the paint, floaters, score a guard in Emmanuel Quickly. You have what you need as scoring from the guard position, distribution from the guard position off the bench, and we have Elfrid Payton, who is on a $5 million 1 year deal right now. So that doesn't mean that we don't go in next year with the Dallas pick and try to get us a point guard. And that doesn't mean that we don't trade for a point guard with the assets that we have and move on from Elfrid Payton. That we still have many options that we can still pursue, even if we do get Derrick Rose here for this season, simply because of all the assets that we have.
So
Right?
Evergreen. So Evergreen, I'm gonna say this. And I know you're gonna be like, "Whoa, slow down, Uncle Freezy. Slow down. You about to get out of control. You're over your skis a little bit." I'm here to tell you, once we get D Rose, if it happens, Elfrid Payton is still gonna be your starter, right?
Right.
But what happens is, all of a sudden, you have a second unit backcourt of Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly, which looks a lot different than Austin Rivers and Alec Burks. Now, when Alec Burks enters the game, Alec Burks can score without 10 eyes on him, right? Now you can't set up defenses for Alec Burks. You have to have one defender on Alec Burks, because if you take your eyes off Quickly, you give up the scoring opportunities for Quickly. If you take your eyes off Derrick Rose, you give Derrick Rose the opportunity to eat. And if you take your eyes off Obi, which I think is going to be the major benefactor in this.
Yes.
Now you're talking about Obi Toppin having space to operate, right? And then you put in a defensive guy in Nerlens Noel, right? So what does that mean for Austin Rivers? That means goodbye.
In regards to this trade, I believe that Austin Rivers has to go. Austin Rivers, for me, I'm looking at it like this, right? And this is, I mentioned this on the Victor Oladipo trade. And it's not. I'm not looking at it being unrealistic, saying that I can get these players for this trade. I'm saying this is what I'm willing to give up, right? What I'm willing to give up for Derrick Rose is Austin Rivers, Frank Ntilikina, and a second. That's what I'm willing to give up because
That's a
frees
lot,
up.
man.
Listen,
That's
I'm aware that it's a lot. I'm completely aware. I'm saying that I'm willing to give that up. If I can get it with just the Austin Rivers in a second round pick, I'd do it in a heartbeat. If I can get
doubt
it with
Austin Rivers
just
is
Frank,
even involved in the trade.
Hey,
Right.
listen, if he's in, I'm not talking about who's
They're
actually
gearing up.
involved.
They're gearing up to be able to play in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I
Right.
think like this is what y'all not really seeing. Like the rest of the world, besides Knicks fans, are realizing that this is actually a team that can that is likely to make the playoffs. What you're seeing is preparatory work for that.
Right. Right. I agree with you.
I agree.
I agree with what Free Keith is saying. That's the reason why I said a second unit backcourt of Quickly and Rose. Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And I honestly
so
feel
much.
like Rivers may be bumped a little bit out of the rotation, but I still think that he's here for the playoffs.
Right.
So fine. Even if we decide to keep Rivers, right? At that point, what I'm willing to trade to get Derrick Rose here is Frankie in a second.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with Frank in a second.
Did y'all?
I don't even want to give up
Frankie in a second.
And I kind of don't want to give up the
If you guys
second.
remember,
And I kind of don't want to give up the second unless it's like 2023 and beyond.
Right.
Well,
Hey,
did
so
y'all
sure.
Hey, would you say, Buds? Hey, hold on, Evergreen. Would you say, Buds, about
y'all
Ian
see
Begley's
Ian
tweet?
Begley's latest tweet?
No.
It said that the people within the Pistons see Kevin Knox as a target, not Frank.
Exactly.
If it just takes Kevin, if it just takes Knox, then
goodbye.
but it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of salty fans because like each one of these guys got their own little church, right?
Yep.
It's kind of like so now the Francofarians are cool. So now the Knox the Church of Knoxentology is gonna be like finding reasons to blow holes in the trade, like it won't work. He's too old. He's injury prone. This is not a rebuild.
Go look at Ian's comments. That's all. It says. Doesn't make no sense.
Dude, that's his whole. That's his all. What I'm. That's his whole MO. Yo, it's so predictable. Like some of these cats is like, I'd rather see 20 losses in a row, but we played the kids. Like, just play the kids.
Yeah, the most ridiculous thing you ever heard in your life.
These is grown men making millions of dollars. Play to win.
Right.
Okay, so tell me if you think that I'm justified in this mind frame of thinking, right? So I look at the 3 position, right? Like when I look at an NBA team, I would like to have a max roster of 15 guys, right?
I mean, what that is a max roster.
Right. Hold on, but listen, but hear me out. I'm saying 15 guys, but 12 of those guys that are available, always available, but you're playing 10. When I look and I look at what Kevin Knox, and again, I'm not a Kevin Knox stan. I'm not that. I'm just saying, who do we have at the 3 right now, which is Reggie Bullock and potentially Alec Burks
and RJ.
Well, RJ's kind of
what? What? I could definitely see a scenario where he plays the 3 and Kevin Rose plays the 2, and we have another point guard. I mean, point guard at the 1.
Well, I'm looking at the current makeup of our roster right now and how we have played our team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Kevin Knox has been playing the 3. Alec Burke has been on and off between the 3
and the 4. Knox has been playing the 3 and the 4.
Yeah, right, Knox was the 4 while Obi was out.
Right, while Obi was out. But again, what we look at traditionally, it's Julius Randle at the 4, Obi Toppin at the 4. That's the way in a perfect world, that's what we want, right? Or at least that's what Coach Tibbs is looking at. So I'm looking at Knox as a just in case one of our small forwards is hurt. That's the only reason why I wouldn't include him in a trade for Derrick Rose. The only reason, right? Because I say
Dude, we got
time comes,
pull up Iggy. We gotta stop hoarding. We gotta stop hoarding, yo. Like separation anxiety is a real thing. It's a real thing, and I dig it. I understand it. We all hate loss, but understand, like in a negotiation, like it gotta sting a little bit, and you hope to come out the best for it.
Right.
I'm giving up Knox for Rose right now, being that we are trending. We are trending to be a playoff team. We are trending to be a playoff team, and a piece like Rose, everyone is looking at the gameplay, but there's certain intangibles there that actually are beyond just the gameplay. There's you know what I'm saying? Like Randall needs more grown-ups to play with.
Right. Right.
Playoffs.
Right. That's in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things.
Begging for Randall to get some help. I see what he's doing out there. Like get Randall some help.
Right. Do you see Randall at the end of games?
We don't need no more defensive help. We're actually we're one of the tops in the league in our defense. But we're one of the bottoms in our league in our offense. Like we need some offensive help. Rose provides that. Knox is not providing that.
Right.
All right, so take this.
Free Keith is absolutely right in that case. If you not notice Julius Randle towards the end of games,
and Frank is only 20.
No, Frank is 22.
Frank is still 20.
No, Frank is 22.
Dude, like Frank been 20 for the last 20 years. Like, why y'all baby these cats so much? Y'all look at them as fresh. Every year they rookies. This is his fourth rookie year. Like,
right.
Well, it will probably be Frank because
listen. According to
Berman, Berman said Knox won't be involved.
Oh, okay. I prefer to keep Knox with Frank if it's one of the two.
So the better question is this: why is Knox not involved? Is it because the Knicks feel like they have something in Knox, or does Detroit feel like Knox is trash?
Well, no, Detroit.
What Evergreen said. But it's what Evergreen. I think it's what Evergreen said. Knox holds more value to the team.
The injury
in terms of his backup potential. And Frank,
Bullock and Burks are usually injured. They get those 4 or 5 game injuries. Those two. So Knox will play again.
Right. I understand where you're coming from, Evergreen. What I'm saying is, good.
No, I'm saying the primary reason why I'm willing to drop off Frank over Knox in this trade, and I'm willing to. I'll even say this for the sake of keeping Knox, simply because positionally it makes sense with the structure of the team. I would
Knox
even go
is still
so
under
far
team
to say,
control as well.
Right. I would even say I will give up Frank. I'm willing to give up Frank and 2 first round. I mean, not 2 first. Sorry, Frank and 2 second round picks.
Wait a minute.
I'm willing to give.
So you're saying
Frank and 2? Nah, I'm not giving.
Listen. I'm not saying that that's what it.
I feel what Evergreen is saying, but at the same time, what I'm saying is I'm not giving up no draft picks and no D1.
For the sake,
I'm not
sorry. For the sake of keeping a guy, for the sake of keeping a stopgap player in Kevin Knox, who would be a player that you bring in case Alec Burke gets injured or Reggie Bullock gets injured, I am willing to give up Frank Ntilikina and potentially 2 second round picks in order to clear up the guard glut, allow Austin Rivers to be that third shooting guard. Right? Because obviously the shooting guards in that case, if we get Derrick Rose,
trading Frank,
that third shooting guard would be Austin Rivers, right? That third shooting guard that we would have in case R.J. Barrett or Emmanuel quickly gets injured would be Austin Rivers, right?
Honestly,
Because they
Man.
would get the
Frank-
glut of the shooting guard minutes. So I'm willing to give up Frank Ntilikina, which
Okay,
clears
Evergreen.
up
Okay. All
our
right.
guard
So,
position.
but what you're saying, listen to what you're saying, dog. Listen to what you're saying. You're saying I would rather give up Frank and draft capital, 2 second-round picks, in order to keep Kevin Knox.
Yeah, that's why.
Man, you could
gain a valuable point guard in Derrick Rose. We
Right,
lose
but
a point guard or what we
Evergreen, I
consider
feel
to
you.
be a point
I
guard in
heard you.
Frank.
I feel you. But what I'm saying is, what you're saying, you're not taking into account other avenues of replacing those guys. Are you legit saying trade second-round picks so that we can keep a Reggie Bullock replacement? Think about what you just said. A Reggie Bullock replacement? We gotta be able to part with 2 second-round picks just in case Alec Burks gets hurt.
Plus,
I mean, I don't.
adding Derrick Rose adds more.
I'm not
point guard
I
blood.
wouldn't cry if I lost Knox, but like between the two, Knox and Frank, I'd much rather keep Knox.
Right. What I'm saying is that
Right, that's what I'm getting
dudes,
at. I'd much rather keep Knox over Frank.
I understand
And
that,
I'm saying add 2
but what I'm saying is that we can sign a guy off the street that gives you what Knox is giving you right now. You can legit go find you a 6'8" guy that's just gonna walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. Knox is not even giving you that. Knox is gonna either walk or stop and chew bubblegum. But he is not gonna walk and chew bubblegum at the same time right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, Knox is not offering you the upside that what y'all think. You can go get a guy off the streets. You could legit trade Kevin Knox and sign Michael Kidd-Gilchrist right now. You know how I know that? Because Michael Kidd-Gilchrist was already on the roster.
I'm keeping Knox over Kidd-Gilchrist. Are you kidding me?
But
I get your point. There's other guys for sure.
Right,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
You can't wait till Frank comes back and torches. This is what fans be doing. Like,
Frank's not torching anybody besides his hamstring.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just reading some of the comments. Like,
Frank's not torching anybody but his hamstring.
So Frank coming back to torch somebody?
Melo ain't even torching us. Come on.
Right. So first of all, how heavy is the torch? Because if it's a certain weight, Frank might pull a groin picking it up. Right? Right. So no shade at the Frankers, because I know y'all are deep. There's legit the Donald Trump fan base is legit jealous of Frank Nation, right? The Beyonce is like, I wish my fans were as loyal as Frank Ntilikina fans. Right. Frankers will like. I legit heard a dude say when Frank came back healthy and got
Frank has untapped potential.
Right. Oh, it's definitely untapped. But my man, I saw a dude say out of it. I saw, and this is real talk. I saw a dude say Frank helped the team win by being a cheerleader when he got his DMP. The reason why the Knicks won is because Frank was a classy professional on the sideline, waving a towel and talking to the guys out of timeouts.
He's not no Theo Pinson.
Frankers, wake up. Frankers, what are y'all dreaming? You legit said the Knicks won because when Frank didn't play, he was an excellent cheerleader on the sideline. I heard a grown-up say that.
They think
I heard a man say that.
So for all the gamers that are on a stream right now that are listening on the chat, that means that Frank was a Baird. Frank was the guy that played the flute and gave everybody power to use their magic and do crazy stuff. That's what Frank was.
And not just
in
linear.
The real world.
And not just linear. They're talking about exponentially. They're not talking about the one guy Frank talked to. They're talking about Frank talked to one guy, and it worked exponentially across the board for every player. Tom Thibodeau coached better because Frank talked to that one guy. Frankers, that's why we got to get y'all out of town.
Every coaching staff that we've had treats Frank the same way, and Frank is still fans are still not believing. Like yo, your man is just not it, yo.
I'm
The
telling you,
funniest thing was the whole Thibs talk. Thibs gonna love him. That man has not left the bench still.
and you know what? Michael Jackson fans are like, how is Frank Ntilikina fans so loyal? I mean, legit. Michael Jackson. Think about this. Michael Jackson sells 10 million albums every year, right? Every year, Michael Jackson sells 10 million albums, right? And the dude has passed away for a long time. But even they are jealous of Frank Ntilikina fans. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. I mean, and Evergreen G is one of the biggest frankers the world has ever seen, right? And even he can't control his emotion. Even he is like, yo, I'd rather keep Knox at this point than Frank. Even he has perspective, right?
Frank has abilities outside of the court.
Yeah.
He has like extreme modeling.
right. Frank is the leader, and Frank is ranked number 1 in the extreme modeling league. Frank is ranked number 1, right? But I mean, but to your point again, for Knox though, if we can only give up Kevin Knox to Derrick Rose, Knox has to go. I'm sorry. What are we waiting on? This should have already been done. The paperwork should have already been submitted to the league.
Dude, it's time. Like, and you know, it's sad. Like, and I understand, and this all actually comes from like I understand where fans are. Like most of us don't want to believe what's going on. Like, we don't want to believe that like cats still thought in their mind like, oh, like development means like, oh, it's going to be a few more years before we even. But so like they've already patented themselves to think like there's no way in the world that we could be ahead of schedule. There's no way in the world like we could be ready for the playoffs this season. Why would we, like, come on, like let's go ahead. Let's be the good team that Tibbs is making us into. Let's go ahead and pad that up. Give the young guys with real talent, RJ, quickly, Obi, even like give them experience in the playoffs. The team would be better for it. Frank ain't in.
Saying that we need more lottery picks. We don't have talent. We should trade Randall. Come on, man.
Like, yo, like fans, we so stuck that every year we think like being high enough in the lottery is the win. Come on, man.
No.
I'm not trying to be in the lottery in another season at all. Period.
No,
I'm not trying to see no more lottery.
Not with
our own picks. I want to see the lottery with other people's picks that we own.
Let the Mavs do the tanking. We trying to do something over here for once.
Right. And so let me ask y'all this. If you could go back to the Knox draft, right? Think about the Knox draft. The number 1 pick was a dude named DeAndre Ayton. Right? The number 2 pick was a guy named Marvin Bagley. And then you get to pick number 3, right? If we had to redo that draft all over again, do you think the Phoenix Suns would draft DeAndre Ayton over Luka Doncic?
Yo,
probably not, but DeAndre Ayton's still really solid.
Right, but we're talking about really solid versus generational talent.
Oh, no,
but even that year, I thought that I coming into that draft, I thought anybody who didn't take Luka first was stupid.
Right. And the dude, and the funny thing is, the guy that was coaching the Phoenix Suns at the time had been working with Luka for the past 2 years in Europe.
That's what I assumed that they was going with him.
You assumed that was in the bag, but you know what though? That's why teams like the Phoenix Suns are the Phoenix Suns. You know what I'm saying? Right.
I wouldn't have even taken Trae Young for him quietly, but that's just me. Right.
And so I'm not peeling the scab off, but Kristaps Porzingis goes to the front office and says, "Hey man, y'all need to trade up to get this kid Luka Doncic. You have to get him." You know what I'm saying? This dude is a generational talent.
Wait, he said that?
Yes. And then a week later, Frank Ntilikina, and this is all reported by sources, so I can't prove any of it. Yeah. But I did see it from the usual suspects, right? So a week later, Frank goes to the front office and is like, "Yo, Porzingis is right. You got to get this kid Luka Doncic. He's a generational talent." But what people saw on video was a 6'7", 235, 240-pound dude that wasn't in great shape, right? Playing, looking not athletic. You know what I'm saying? Playing
He was slow and
right, right. And you know what we got out of that? We got a 6'8", 6'9" guy in that draft that looked athletic, played for a blue blood. You know what I'm saying? Pops played in the NFL. And so he passed the eye test, right? But the eye test doesn't win games, right? So what I'm saying to Knicks fans is you don't have to tank to get generational talent. You just have to be smart drafters. You can't say, well, this kid Donovan Mitchell is 6'1.5", and at Louisville he didn't really have a position. He was too short to be a two guard, but he doesn't have point guard skills. So we're going to take Frank Ntilikina instead because Frank has long arms. He has a 7-foot wingspan at 6, whatever he is, 6'5" or whatever he is, right? So you're like, Knicks fans, don't buy into this stuff anymore. We can't do it anymore. You see the Knicks, when given the opportunity to draft well, they make it idiot proof, right? Like you got Emmanuel Quickly and 2 second-round picks out of the number 27 pick and the 38 pick, right? You got to trust that this front office knows what they're doing at least a little bit. They turned the 27 pick and the 36 pick into Emmanuel Quickly and 2 future second-round picks. You have to trust that the front office has a clue, right? And not the fact that you just drafted Emmanuel Quickly, but Emmanuel Quickly may be somebody. Emmanuel Quickly may be something.
Yeah, I've never seen a Knick rookie get the type of hype that Emmanuel Quickly has gotten from all like the the media brands. Like Bleacher Report's posting him, ESPN's posting him.
What you call it? Got that love? Knox got that. Remember, like he had an ill summer league.
Yeah,
like people thought that he was going to be. People thought that he was going to be in contention for Rookie of the Year. Right. It bubbled into like the first good month, and then people realized he only had 1 or 2 moves.
Right, and no counters.
That all he had was that floater that he tried to push all the time. Right. Or like he tried to battle through. He tried to battle through 3 guys to get to the rim.
And throw up that floater. But what we didn't know was Knox was so light in the rump that the slightest contact threw his shot off. Mm-hmm. The slightest bit of contact threw his shot off. That's why you see Knox has come back bigger and stronger. Now, he's not a behemoth, but he's bigger and stronger than he used to be, right? But at the same time, he has eliminated the floater from his game, right? You hadn't seen the floater from Knox as much, right? What he should have added is a pull-up, Jay. He's a good shooter. What he should have added is a pull-up Jay. But you know what, though? When people sit on his right hand, he can't go left, right? And until Knox develops counter moves and such, he is not going to be that guy. And I don't see it happening in New York. I think it's going to happen in Detroit when he gets traded to Detroit this week. I think Knox is the guy that it makes the most sense to trade Knox instead of Frank and draft capital. What you do is because ideally what's going to happen is Obi is going to play that position that Knox is playing, that small forward, some power forward.
Oh, right? I hope he's not playing no small forward.
Hey man, you've seen it already.
But he's listed as a small forward, power forward. Just so you know, like I really.
Oh, Obi is.
Obi is listed as a small forward, power forward. I can show you on every fantasy app, on every NBA. In the NBA universe, Obi Toppin is listed as a small forward.
That man can barely play the 4. I don't want him to see him at the 3 ever.
I think he's mobile enough. I'm all right with it.
He's not mobile enough. That man runs like he got 2 left feet.
Oh, Obi? No, no. Obi,
I think Obi is
he looked goofy. He looked like Shaggy when he run.
I mean, hey man, Obi Toppin is probably one of the
One of the worst picks of the 2020 draft. I agree.
Well, Obi Toppin is listed at 6'9", 212. Right, 6'9", 212 is what Obi Toppin is listed at.
That's it.
Right,
212.
212.
He's lighter than RJ.
Him and RJ are the same weight.
RJ 215.
No, according to ESPN, RJ is 6'6", 212. I'm sorry, or was it 6'6", 210? Let me go back here to RJ Barrett. So RJ Barrett is listed at 6'6", 210. Obi is listed at 6'9", 212.
I personally think that RJ is actually going to move to the 3 permanently.
And Kevin Knox is listed at 6'7", 217.
RJ says 214 right here.
Oh, what site is that?
Basketball Reference, which is probably the most accurate thing you can get because they go right from the NBA itself.
Okay. All right.
I mean, honestly, 2 pounds is nothing, so it's not really like I'm trying to make an argument. But Obi looked bigger in college for sure. Like when I saw him for the first time next to NBA players, I thought he looked a lot smaller than I thought he was going to be.
I thought Obi was going to be that 6'9", 230, 235 guy. But
yeah, that's what I thought. That's what he looked like in college.
Right, but clearly this dude is in a small forward's body.
I agree he's in a small forward's body. I just don't think he has a small forward's game.
Right. No, he don't have a small forward's game now. That's not what I'm saying. But at this point, neither does Kevin Knox.
Oh, no, I agree. I think the Knox should play more of the 4 as well, too, though. I always liked him as more of a stretch 4, as long as he puts more, leg muscle on, because he has a chest for it.
Right. So Obi is not the classic power forward body. Right. I don't know if the Knicks told him to get ready to go into that Robert Horry mold, like play some because Robert Horry plays center at Alabama, right? Mm-hmm. Robert Horry played center in Alabama, and at Alabama he played with some names that y'all might remember, like Robert Horry played with a dude named James Hollywood Robinson, and a small forward / power forward named Latrell Sprewell, right? And people are like, Sprewell played? Yes. Like Jerry Stackhouse played some power forward for the University of North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
College dudes are smaller though, so that doesn't really surprise me to be honest.
Yeah. And they didn't call him a power forward. He just played the 4.
He played forward.
Right. So, but I think Obi is gonna get some minutes at small forward. So I don't know if you need Kevin Knox.
I thought Obi's ceiling was an Aaron Gordon type player. I don't know if he even reaches that, to be honest. But that's what that's who I comped him to. I didn't think he was a good enough shooter to be a John Collins, and I never liked the Stoudemire comp. I think he's more of an Aaron Gordon, but I'm not even sure he's that.
Right, and the comps are tricky, right? The comps are tricky. You have to be careful with the comps because, of course, basically, you have to consider the source, right? You have to consider like who this person is that's making the comp. Would you trade for Aaron Gordon?
No. I was never big on Aaron Gordon. I think Julius Randle is definitely the better player, and they're 4 and 5 pick or 4 and 6 pick or whatever it was.
I'm not trading for Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, I'm not either.
And it's funny. I've never really been as big on him as people as a lot of people were.
I've never been huge on Aaron Gordon.
I'm still not convinced about Aaron Gordon. I think he's not it.
Oh wow.
But that's who I comped him.
I mean, he can jump high. I'll give him that. But he what would he be? Would for him to trade assets for him to come? Is he replacing Randall? Nope.
No.
Is he playing with Randall? No.
I would say if you trade for an Aaron Gordon, and this is hypothetical. I just threw it out there.
Won't I even think about it? Come on, man. Let's not even are we gonna waste time on that one? That would make zero sense.
Well, okay. So here is the reason why I even brought it up. Currently, your small forward is a dude named Reggie Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Reggie Bullock offer you at the small forward position?
Defense and perimeter shooting.
Yeah, such as it is. I know he's been streaky with the perimeter shooting, but his defense has been solid.
Yeah. So Aaron Gordon is a better defender than Reggie Bullock. Right. Yeah.
Okay,
we don't.
Are we talking about trading him for Reggie Bullock straight up?
Or maybe pieces.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I then become. He is not far enough away from Reggie Bullock for me, for our needs.
For you to give Kevin Knox and Reggie Bullock
anything other than Reggie Bullock for him. If you're talking about let's trade Reggie Bullock for head up, cool. I got you. Reggie Bullock and maybe even I'll give you a second from 2000. Same thing with Derrick Rose, a second from like 2023 or 2020.
Whoa, slow down. You want to give up draft picks?
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not like, or if they want to take DSJ, cool, throw DSJ in there. You go ahead and ship them over. But
I would give them DSJ, Knox, and Bullock.
No.
Aaron Gordon would probably command a first round pick, to be honest, even though I don't see how his value is anywhere near that.
This dude is a 12-point per game scorer.
Who?
Aaron Gordon is a 12-point per game scorer.
Okay. Are you going just off what's
you going just off like see that's
what's his career average?
And I'm not just going off of just the
he's a career okay, yeah.
I'm looking at of how we're gonna use him and how he'd be needed. Like I'm really kind of I'm disinterested in that trade. Like that's not even a trade. Like my mental energy can't even really get up. I can't get the juice up for that trade. Like unless it's a straight up like
they got to be giving us assets for that.
Nah, I wouldn't expect him to give up assets for the guy. He's a solid player. I'm not saying like he's gutter trash. I'm just saying like he's a solid NBA contributor. Yeah. No, I agree. I'm just uncomfortable giving up assets for him beyond the position or the person that he'd be replacing.
Yeah, I think I might differ with you there. I think I would give up Knox and Bullock and DSJ for Aaron Gordon because two guys are giving you absolutely nothing.
What's his shooting?
Aaron Gordon is
this year he is shooting 37% from three and 43% from the floor.
Okay.
But he's also a career 32% shooter, though.
I mean, right. I dig the historical jump, but I'm more of a like. There's enough of this season to tell you what he's doing this season. So, and that's more important to me. Like, so, what's his shooting percent? Is he taking a bunch of threes or like? Because I feel like to give up.
This year he's taking 4 threes a game.
Okay, and he's shooting, and he's hitting on
37%. Yeah.
Okay.
Through 19 games though.
I mean,
that's like because Julius Randle right now is shooting 40% from three. He's hot. Okay, but do we?
He came in the season shooting 70% from three.
No. Julius Randle didn't come into the season shooting 70% for three.
Randle came into the season shooting 70% from three.
Fam, what are you talking about? Fam, he's never shot above like 32%.
No, I'm talking about like the first few games.
Okay.
I'm saying he came. This 40% that you think is unreasonable for Randle to maintain is actually him coming down to 40%.
Exactly, he's coming.
I feel like this is.
And he's going to continue to come.
This is where Randle's going to be.
No. You don't understand how good 40%.
I don't think that he's going to go below. I don't think he's going to go below this 40%.
You're crazy.
Okay.
He's never shot above 32%.
So nobody does nothing until they do it.
All right. That's not how shooting percentages usually work, but okay.
Yeah, so I can understand where you're coming from, right?
Oh, of course.
Because the offense, this coach, and this role is different. So when you say Julius Randle didn't shoot well under Luke Walton, he didn't shoot the three well under Alvin Gentry. He didn't shoot the three well under Mike Miller. He didn't shoot the three well under David Fizdale. I dig it. And then when he gets a great coach, his numbers increase, right? So I'm willing to go. I'm not getting ready to talk to what Free Keith is saying now. I'm not getting ready to say this dude's going to be a 45% 3-point shooter.
I didn't say he's going to be 45%.
Right.
I said I don't think that he's going to go below 40. Much below
but
40.
Thibs has never been known to be his teams have never been known to be great perimeter shooting teams. So why does Thibs all of a sudden get that pass as he's the reason for his bolstered 40%?
Because of what he does with others on the floor is what I'm getting at.
I don't know. I think it's just to credit up to Julius being hot and playing really good basketball right now. I think it'll simmer down to around 35 to 36% by the season.
But this is the simmer, though. Like, I feel like this is the simmer.
You think
this is what he simmered down to. I honestly don't foresee it going. I wouldn't see it going anything less than like 38%, 38 to 37%.
That's where me and Buds are though.
Or 35, 36. I think
he said 35, 36. Like I give you a 2 point. I give you a 2 point. What you league? I definitely think he's going to be above league average, and league average is 35.5.
Right. Yeah, it goes in between the
I feel like he's not going under 38.
Okay.
I would love it. That's wild to expect that.
That'd be a career high for him too, by the way.
Career highs happen every year.
Right. It's not a career high until it happens.
And like literally, this is he is. I really don't even understand that. Like he is in his he's stepping into his prime. We are watching a star born. We're watching the
Yeah, and saying he's going to shoot from league average is not a knock on him by any means.
No, I understand where you're at with it. I'm not discounting it. I wouldn't be blown away if it didn't. If he sunk to league average, like I just don't see it happening. Like I believe in the actual authenticity of what's going on right now.
Oh, I believe he's completely improved as well, and him getting to league average is a 4% improvement because I think his best season ever is 32%.
32%.
But he's also a career 29% shooter.
But
so hopping up,
I will say this: if you dare to go back and watch any high school and college tapes, he was putting that thing in the air.
Yeah, I mean, but like the college three.
I'm just saying, how how to do it. He
has very good touch for his size, for sure. That's why his mid-range game has been damn near elite this season.
The worst thing that happened to Randall with his career is breaking his leg that first game.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
because I feel like the narrative immediately changed on him, and people didn't they expected him to be lesser, and it took him more time to get going. But I really feel like Randall's a really, really, really good player.
No, he is for sure. And a lot of Knicks fans have a sour taste in their mouth because of last year with him.
And they can't get past it. And I dig it.
They can't. I've just thrown all last year away. That shit was everyone sucked last year. It wasn't just him.
Yo, from the front office on down.
Yeah, Wayne Ellington couldn't hit threes. If you go look now, he's shooting 47% from three. Wayne Ellington couldn't hit a three last year.
And look at what Wayne. This is what I was telling people. We were mad at players, and it's so obvious. And use the perfect example. Wayne Ellington. He came in here as a premier 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Had his worst 3-point shooting year in the league. Leaves. And it's back to doing his thing.
Exactly.
Because
who do we blame? Do we say that it was just luck? It was just, something is wrong here.
It's because, and I'm gonna say this, and every time I say it, Knicks fans get mad at me, but I don't care. Yeah, I'm a big boy. I got tough skin. I don't
your
care.
show, Freezy. Speak.
Right. It's our show. Yep. So the thing is this: what the Knicks value and what the league values are two different things. The Knicks value, and I'm saying historically, the Knicks value defense and tough-minded players. They don't care about 3-point shooting. They don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Because the first chance they got to get rid of Steve Novak, guess what? He was gone, right? They don't care about 3-pointers. You know why? Because the first chance they got to get rid of a cat named Landry Fields, he was gone. right? We don't care about cats like we don't care about that. You know why? The first opportunity we got to get rid of J.R. Smith, guess what? He was gone, right? And your coach right now has a dude that's shooting 40% from three on the bench, won't draw up plays for him because guess what? Young fella won't play defense or can't play defense. Knicks fans don't care. Our culture is defense and tough-minded players. We don't care about three-point shooting. If a dude can legit knock down 5 3-pointers in the game, and the first thing we'll say is, "Man, did you see what he gave up to Lauri Markkanen?"
True.
I mean, come on. Y'all are saying when the other team's best player shoots is knocking down threes, y'all will be like, our defender sucks, even though he hit a career high 5 3-pointers in one game.
Perfect example. Look at Alec Burks. That man gets dragged by Knicks fans still. He's our best perimeter player.
Right. That's what I'm telling you. Our culture, when you think about the Knicks culture, right? You don't think about Allen Houston first and foremost being one of the sweetest shooters to play during his era.
You think of Charles Oakley.
You think about Charles Oakley and Anthony Mason. You think about John Starks. You know what I'm saying? You think about Pat Ewing, right? You don't even like for instance, give me an example. Buds, who's the most prolific three-point shooter in the history of the Knicks?
I mean, it's probably Houston or Novak, but
no, it's John Starks.
Oh, is it really?
Yes,
it's the most threes. Nice.
Yes, it's John Starks. But you know what you think about when you think about John Starks? You think about him choking in Game 7, and you think about a tough-minded guard.
Man, that was Riley. That was Riley choking. That wasn't him choking.
Yeah. Either way you put it, that's what we think. The Knicks, historically, if you leave it to a Knicks fan, right? And I'm going to use Buds as an example, right? So if you use Buds as an example, but I'm going to say, Buds, how are you going to build this team? Buds is going to say, I need a defensive-minded center, right? I need a guy that's going to protect the rim. I need some guys that's going to lock down on the perimeter for defense. You know what I'm saying? We need some tough-minded wings that'll be able to go up against LeBron and AD and Kevin Durant, right? But you never hear a guy say, "Hey, man, I need me a sweet scoring wing player that can get me a bucket when I need it."
AD and LeBron.
Yeah. We want to. What's your ideal version of a power forward? I need a Charles Oakley. You know what I'm saying? I need it. And so instead of saying, you know what? Danilo Gallinari could have been that guy. We're like, yo, we need somebody to be such and such and such and such. Chop Lord was good.
Chop.
Jay Boogie was good.
Salute, fellas. Morning.
Anthony Torres was good. Yo, and so just real quick, man, because I'm gonna wrap it up soon because the Knicks play at 1:00. So I'm gonna do some post stuff and get something to eat before the game come on. But the Knicks legit don't value the 3-point shot. And what tells you that is Wayne Ellington came here as one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. And with us, he had his worst shooting season, right? When Buddy Hield was available for trade.
Called him a scrub. Like Cats was saying he's a scrub because of it. Like
right.
Yeah,
right.
Buddy Hield, the best 3-point shooter in the league.
Was available. Sacramento was like, either we have to keep one or the other. So both of these guys, whoever we could get the best offer for, then we'll trade that guy because the other guy is still valuable. We didn't even make an offer. The rumor mill never suggested that we were even close to doing a Buddy Hield trade, right? But then when you look at our team right now, we're depending on Julius Randle and RJ Barrett to knock down these threes.
Buddy would have been a perfect fit for this squad too, man.
Man, can you imagine RJ Barrett on the floor with spacing?
No, I can't. Cause I've never seen it.
I've never seen it before, so I don't know what it looks like. And I don't know what it looks like. Hey, but you know what, man? I'm a wrap up here, man, because I'm gonna go ahead and get me some breakfast. Chop, I appreciate what you're doing for me, brother. I appreciate what you're doing for me. You know what I'm saying? I got the text the other day. I got the text yesterday. That was dope. Yeah. So listen. So check it out. So the Knicks play at 1, right? Make sure y'all are voting for Julius Randle every day in the All-Star voting. The Knicks need an All-Star.
He's 8th in voting right now. Like, yo, we got to pump that dude up. Like, he definitely
that
deserves
voting
it.
only counts for 50% of the.
I know. I feel like he'll still get the nod because
he'll get a nod.
He'll get the nod because of what Knicks are doing. Like, he's really like.
He'll get a reserve. I don't see him starting. He'll get a reserve nod though, for sure.
I want him starting. I want him in the starting line.
We need it.
I can't see him.
So how often does a dude think about this? How often does a dude 250 pounds give you 23, 12, and 6? A dude 250 pounds and shoot 40% from 3.
There's only 2 guys in the league that do it. Him and Jokic.
Jokic is not shooting 40% from 3.
He's not. He was one time I saw.
I thought he wasn't, but I thought he was. He did score 50 the other night, though.
Yeah, he did. That boy, nice. He's the real unicorn.
So Jokic is shooting 39 point. Yeah, you may as well say 40%.
Yeah.
You may as well say 40% from. I can't believe they're letting Jokic wear Carmelo's number in Denver.
They don't acknowledge Carmelo out there no more. Like,
right.
Like Nuggets fans hate Carmelo.
Yeah, they didn't. Yo, as soon as he left, like they hated him for leaving.
Yeah, they hate him.
Yeah, well, still you gotta give him credit for what he did.
He doesn't pick them up at all. Like his years with Knicks years. Like
you would never like
nobody talks about
Denver as a Knick. It's like you know what I mean. Like you'll never think of him as a Nugget, which is weird.
Never think about Denver Nuggets.
Right. Well, hey, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man, so I can get ready for the Knicks at Night podcast. Get ready for this game. Get ready. Hey, so Free King.
Anybody broadcasting during the game? I still got to hit you up. I'm sorry. Yesterday got away from me, Freezy. Anybody? Are we broadcasting during the game? Anybody?
I don't know. I think Legion of Knicks podcast might do a watch along.
Yeah, this game is going to be a tough one, I think.
Right. That's what I prefer. I prefer for it to be tough. I don't want the Heat to come in here and just take it, put one on the chin for us. I want us to try to knock them out the box. But so Stephen Fox is gonna want to hit you up to be on the episode of Knicks Versus. You okay with that, Freaky?
Say what?
Stephen Fox is going to hit you up about being on an episode of Knicks Versus with Chuck B.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and Chop Stephen Fox is going to hit you up about providing the audio for Knicks Versus.
Okay, sir.
And so what we want to do is make sure everybody, like all of y'all watching. So this is a family affair, and so what we're doing is taking the stars of the network, man, and putting them on shows and stuff so they can get a chance to eat. Because I understand every time you get Buds will understand where I'm coming from with this. Every time you come on a live stream, you don't really get time to pass that mic like you want. So what we want to do is start doing shows and stuff, so everybody can get the chance to put their views and stuff out there. And what we'll do is put it in small enough snippets where it won't be the main thing on the channel, but it'll be like features. So we'll feature Free Keith, we'll feature Chop Low, we'll feature Buds and everybody and others.
Live videos or just like little clips and put them and upload them to this channel?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. We're going to record it, edit it, polish it up, and then put it on as little snippets. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing that we want Free Keith on. We've been wanting this for like a month. You know what I'm saying? We just hadn't been able to get everybody's schedules aligned. But what we want to do is little featurettes. Like it'll be like almost like, you know how sitcoms come on for like 30 minutes or whatever? Yeah. It'll kind of be like in that same type mind space where you give somebody a show and it'll be a show that features them.
Word.
And then depending on the reception we get, we'll keep doing it. If not, then we'll we'll refine it and then try something different.
Let me know if you need intros.
Yeah, hey man, you're right. Right. So that's one of the things that we're working on. But Buzz, the Knicks versus thing is Chuck B, right? So the person that you'll need to talk to about the Knicks versus intro is Chuck B.
Yeah, I'll talk
right?
to him about it.
All right. So hey, so we're gonna bounce y'all. Thanks everybody in the video chat for hanging out. Thanks to people in the virtual chat for hanging out. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna leave y'all on this. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks.
All right, y'all.